Hi, it's Kirk, and as a longtime fan of Helix, it's been amazing to get to meet the men that you see on camera. As you may know, Helix scenes and movies are shot all over the nation, and in Latin America too. Our main base of operation is here in Las Vegas, where I was able to catch up with the incomparable Jacob Hansen. With all the excitement of the new podcast and getting a chance to talk to Jacob, we didn't get the audio quality you expect from Helix. But we hope you'll agree what Jacob has to say outweighs the sound issue. By the way, a good way to get a safe-for-work taste of Jacob and many of the other men of Helix is on Amazon Prime Video. Season 2 of the anthology series Helix Studios Presents is now available. The link is in the show notes. Just click it. And now, Episode 2 of Helix Studios Today. Jacob Hansen, another Helix star from the Midwest. You're from Michigan?
Not Michigan, Illinois.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Where in Illinois? Rural Illinois or Chicago?
Oh God, rural.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So how was it as a young man growing up as a gay man, gay boy, then gay man in Illinois?
Terrible.
Was it really?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in that part of Illinois, you really get to know like work ethic and stuff like that. You
Gotta getting out there in the fields with the soybeans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a thing, definitely. But no, it was interesting growing up. You know, being around a lot of people that weren't gay and
Right.
a lot of judgmental people. So that was kind of rough for sure. But
Were you able to come out like in high school or that time, or you still pretty much have to stay in the closet?
I came out in sophomore year of high school.
I still run into people occasionally that say, oh, it's a choice. You know, it's just a lifestyle decision. How do you respond to that? What do you say to something like that?
Normally, I just kind of listen to them. It's like these people don't know what it's like to be gay. So I don't really try to argue. No, if it's like immediate family or something, then yeah. But luckily I don't have that issue. But like people that take the time out of their day to say that to me,
Yeah.
is already somebody I don't want to be associated with, because they're already like probably not the type of energy I want to be around.
That's true.
So I am just listen. I'm like one of those people that just listen quietly and just go about my day.
One of the things people always want to know is the erotic action, the sex you have on camera, real or is it a fantasy?
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't really have too much sex unless it's with like, you know, my boyfriend. Then it's like daily. Like, oh my God, I could have stories to tell you about that.
All right.
Oh yeah, this podcast won't last long enough for that. But shit. No, I don't hook up too much. I mean, you know, I just moved to LA, so that's a thing. I wanted to get like a new start in life. So you know, and there's boys out in LA.
I bet.
Oh yeah.
I bet.
So that might change, might not change. I don't know. I didn't move to LA for that reason, you know.
You've done, I was counting them up and I lost track at about 40. So you're one of the Helix veterans. You have broken them in and shown them the ropes. What has been, you would say, the most surprising thing over the couple of years that you've now been one of the real prime movers for Helix? What has been the most surprising thing that you've come across?
The amount of personalities you come across.
It's a whole spectrum that you've been with.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the personalities that come across through Helix, some are great, some are normal, and some are just like,
Talk about that. How you've done all these scenes. Now, probably, it's just my guess here, but probably some of the guys you'd probably definitely do again in your free time if you had the option, and probably some of them not. How do you perform erotically and sell it if it's somebody who you maybe wouldn't be that hot for in real life?
Oh, it's just good acting.
Well, speaking of acting, you know, it's said that, especially if they do with straight erotica, those women, they're just faking it. You guys can't really fake it, can you?
I mean, you can fake anything.
You can?
Oh, yeah. You can fake anything. No, I mean, it's kind of hard. Like, if I wouldn't typically hook up with, like, this person, you know, from our normal life, as long as they have, like, the personalities there and they're not, like, nasty or anything like that, then it's, like, it makes it a lot easier. it just really just depends on this type of person.
But how did you find out? Did you apply to Helix? Did they come after you? If you applied, how did you feel when you pulled the trigger, when you pressed that submit button online?
Okay, so I applied.
Mm-hmm.
I did apply. About a month later, I got reached out to, and I'm like, oh crap, like.
Got to be careful what you wish for, huh?
Yeah. So I was at work, and.
What were you working? What was your job then?
I was working retail.
Retail.
Yeah, just like Midwest, nothing special. Yeah.
Yeah.
I paid my bills. I was living happy. I was fine. Had the car, like whatever. But it's just like one of the reasons why I ended up applying was because one, I never really been around gay people.
Right, really?
Oh yeah, I knew gay people like in the area, but it wasn't like anybody I wanted to like be around, like I don't know. And not only that, but then I also wanted a reason to get the hell out of Illinois.
Now I can certainly relate to that.
I mean, I love Illinois and I have friends.
I understand.
But I wanted a reason just to explore. I mean, that's because that's my thing. So since I've turned 18, I've moved to Florida, I moved to Indiana, I moved to Vegas, I moved to Phoenix. I just moved to LA like literally a week ago. So it's like I'm very like go mindset. Like I love meeting people, I love having new friends, and then I also have like my connections back in Florida, of course, in Phoenix, which a lot of those guys still work with me. I love them to death. Seth and Andreas, great guys.
You mentioned, you grew up in Illinois. You said you didn't have a problem with your family. So growing up in a rural part of America, how did they relate when they find out that you're one of the top gay performers in the world, really, for that matter?
Well, my mom's pretty open-minded. She's bisexual.
One of the reasons we're doing this, we're asking questions that people think, but they say, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to know the answer. If you're doing a scene and there's like, momentary erectile dysfunction, what do you guys do if the partner isn't doing it?
Well, if my scene partner isn't getting it up, I mean, I'm not going to be mad or anything like that. I would just say, like, oh, how do you feel about bottoming? Because then you're getting fucked.
There's always an alternate plan B.
Oh, there always is. There's always another plan.
That's fascinating. Okay, you just moved to LA. You've been all around the country. Here, I'll just put a little personal bias. I've also lived all around the country. I do believe the West is best.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you agree?
Absolutely.
New York would be great if you could afford Manhattan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, exactly. And you know what's crazy? Last month, I was just in Manhattan for the first time.
Isn't it
I've never
amazing?
been to New York. Oh,
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I loved it.
So what are your plans in LA? What do you want to do? Because one of the things that Helix is doing, and I'm sure you know, even in the time that you've been with it, they're expanding the scenes as far as having more of a storyline. I mean, I know you've been in some of the movies so far, and it's on Amazon Prime now. It's the YouTube channel. It's going to expand into Facebook. So do you feel that this is expanding your range to be able to do more of these really theatrical performances in addition to the hot erotic performances?
My goal moving to LA was one, for the fresh start again.
Right.
Also, like, possibly, like, there's a lot of successful people. I wanted to surround myself, because I actually have friends already out in LA that are very successful. So if you're going to be successful, you surround yourself with successful people. And if you surround yourself with crackheads, well, you're going to be a crackhead. Also, just like saving up my money, and what I want to do is to either be, I want to open businesses. I love coffee, so I'd love to like go in the coffee business.
I saw you in your bio. You're in business administration. You've been going to school for that. Are you still in school at all?
I'm not in school anymore. Yeah, I just got a little bit caught up. I did have a good run with that, and I could pick it up at any point. And honestly, I have a lot more free time, so I'm definitely considering on doing that. I want to do like, be on like the top % of like OnlyFans, and so I kind of have like already like talked to like very like high end OnlyFans people, and I would like to be like a model for Helix. Love that.
Right.
Love having my name.
Well, I think Helix loves you too.
Oh,
you're Mr. January 2022, by the way. I didn't know if you knew that.
No.
In the calendar. Have you seen the new calendar?
No.
Oh, you'll see them soon.
I haven't seen it. Oh, shoot. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you look good.
I didn't.
Garrett's Mr. July.
I'm January, though.
Yeah,
I'm the first month. Oh, shit.
We talked about family. Do you have any siblings? How do your siblings?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Mention.
So I'm like really close with my older sister.
Mhm.
We keep in touch very often.
Mhm.
Super pretty girl. Love her to death. She lives out in Illinois too.
How old are you now? We never even asked that.
See, I'm 22.
22. There you go.
22.
Oh, you're so lucky to be 20. To know what I know now and to be 22 again.
See, I would do anything to be 21 forever.
Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? Oh my God. Oh my God, speaking my language. All right, I think, youth has been great, but before we go, I think we've saved the elephant in the room for last. It was devastating to me just as a fan and somebody who's been following you guys to see what happened with Alex. And I mean, you seem to have a very close relationship with Alex and his passing that took place last May. And I'll just leave it up to you. What do you want to say to your fans and Alex's fans and the people that love you and loved Alex about what happened?
That situation, definitely, I would say the hardest situation that I've ever been through, for sure. There has not been a single hour. It used to be every minute. I was obsessing over Alex. Now there's not an hour. I mean, I still think of him multiple times an hour, every day, and it's been really difficult. That's also why I ended up leaving Phoenix is because it wasn't healthy. Like going into like
Seeing the places that
yeah, exactly. Like going into the restaurants, going in, and I miss like his personality.
Have you had any, grief counseling or just your friends? Or how have you, like I say, made it through that first month and now the time has passed a little longer? So does it become easier with time, or do you think it just, how you explain it, how your process has been?
The first month was very difficult. I luckily had my really good friends out in Phoenix, and then Helix brought a bunch of guys over to Phoenix after I told them what happened, and I keep in pretty good touch with Alex's mom. She's really just like a sweetheart, super sweet lady. Has it gotten easier? I think I'm getting better at putting on a front.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gotten any easier. I truly, I don't think I've never not, like, there's always, like, reasons why that I don't like somebody. Like, in some type of aspect. Whether that's just, like, the way they walk or something. I'm not a judgmental person, but, like, with Alex, there was never one single thing. And so that's, like, the hardest thing to, like, move forward from is that this person was literally, like, a walking god. I mean, just like absolutely exceptional personality, like physically, I mean, just like literally like the best of the best. Like it didn't get much better than this. And I remember the first time I met him, I didn't even like I knew it, but I would have never like vocalized it or like said anything to anybody. But I honestly, like, the first time I saw him, I loved him.
It's love at first sight.
Oh yeah. I'm not kidding. Like I'm not saying this because of the situation or anything. Like I wanted him. And I ended up getting him and I'm so grateful.
It's better, you've got that memory to cherish. It's going to be tough for any future partners to live up to that standard that has been set there.
I don't think anybody ever will.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think, and it's really sad, and I'm never gonna like tell my partner this.
Right.
But I mean, the time will come when I date somebody. But if it ever came down to picking somebody, it would always be Alex.
What would you want if there's somebody who Alex touched, and clearly he touched thousands, if not millions of people? He was a rising star. You guys were a power couple. There, what would you want? Is there any charity or specific charity or group or donation? What would you want your fans, Alex's fans, to do to basically keep his memory alive and honor the person that he was?
I don't really think donations. I mean, I started GoFundMe for Alex's mom, and that was really nice.
That raised over 10,000.
Yeah, $10,000. It was really nice.
Yeah.
But I don't think money can ever do anything for Alex. I mean, it's a nice gesture, but the thing is that I would say if you really loved him, any of his friends or fans, whoever you are, I would say to be the good energy that he was, because
that.
yeah, that's what he prided himself on, helping someone that if he just met, if he went to a party or whatever he was doing, and a model was just having like a terrible time, he would stop partying, even though he was the life of the party. He would stop, drop everything, and he would talk to that person until they felt really, really good. And he wouldn't stop until that moment came.
Well, it's such a tragedy, but in some ways you're lucky that you did find such an incredible love of your life, at least for a short period of time to have there. Some people never find that person. And it has been such a delight speaking with you. Is there anything else regarding Alex or anything else that we've discussed that you'd like to add that I didn't get to, that you think is important for folks to know?
I've had like a lot of people ask me about why he passed away.
Yes.
A lot of people have asked me that. Could I find out? I would say yes. Do I want to find out? No. And if I don't want to know, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he was just an exceptional person. The only thing that I'm going to do with my memory of him is to just be what he was. That shining light, that's really what, if I could accomplish anything in my life right now, that would be my number one goal. And that is my number one goal. That is absolutely it. I'm not focused on what ifs, I mean, I am, because it's just something that just goes through my head. But at the end of the day, the only thing that I can do is just make a difference on people's lives, and that's just something that I want to do in his behalf. If anybody really knew me, they knew that I loved it. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
It's okay. Tears are part of the emotion. Tears are part of what we share.
Miss him every day, and I love him. And that's never gonna go away. I'm never gonna forget about him. And the only thing that I can do is to be the person that he was. That just like amazing person. I mean, absolutely breathtaking personality. Can't be him physically, unfortunately, because he's adorable. That's the only thing that I can do is just give off that light to people that need it.
Jacob, it has been such a delight to speak with you, and thank you for your honesty. And I know hopefully thousands of people will hear this and hear your love and your devotion and get to know you just a little bit better. And that's what this is all about. Thank you.
Yeah, it was really nice talking to you too.